Hi, and I'm Fosung Elizabeth Cookye. And now that we got that out the way, come join me at my apartment while I can show you why I deserve to be on cross assault. And now that you saw my wonderful tumbling intro, now I'm here going to talk about why I, Fosung Elizabeth Cookye, belongs on cross assault. So, as you know, I've been doing video blogging for the last 2.5 to 3 years on YouTube called the Fosung Elizabeth Cookye Show. But now actually I get to show you what I have in my collection. Usually all this stuff is behind me when I do all of my video blogs based upon anime reviews and video game reviews and life lessons in reality. But this is now the reason why I feel I should be on cross assault. Besides my beauty and my charm and my charisma, I had to go and separate things in my apartment so that I can go and give y'all a proper interview. So, I'm going to start over here with the DVD collection. Okay, so, as we all know, I've been doing Street Fighter, Capcom, and all kind of other company games, Namco, as well as Midway and SNK for many years. But since this is Street Fighter and Tekken, we're going to stay on topic. So starting with Capcom, because first and foremost, I'm choosing the Capcom side of this, that I want to be a part of the reality TV show. This is the Street Fighter uncut edition of the movie, animated, uncut, uncensored, unleashed, right here. So, of course, yes, that famous shower scene where, Chun-Li is, massaging her, you know what, in the shower, and, she gets attacked by Vega, and then she picks up the couch and then smashes him in the face, Ine-Sign kick, all that. And then this is the Street Fighter Alpha movie, the first one. And then Alpha Generations. All Region 1 American release. And then also, to continue this, I'll also have the Street Fighter 4 movie, which came with the collector's edition of the Street Fighter 4 video game for PlayStation 3. This is a Blu-ray by any chance. So, Chun-Li has always been my favorite character of Street Fighter, and then Rose, and then afterwards Hokuto, but Hokuto is actually an Arika character from Street Fighter EX, so actually she really doesn't matter. So then after that is actually Elena from Street Fighter 3. So here's my Chun-Li plush doll. I sleep with her every night. Right, Chun-Li, ching chong kick, And then going back over here with my DVD collection is I have a nice little section for little collectibles that I got from Japan. Here's my little stand-up figure of Chun-Li. I will offend Bison. And then right here, there's my little thing of Sakura right here. Yes, we already know you're secretly in love with Ryu. And we already know you're going to destroy Shadow Law, right? Y'all can chum together, which y'all did in Street Fighter 4 Blu-ray edition for the Street Fighter 4 animation, right? Earning extra credit. So, that covers that section. Now we're going to move over to the video games. How long have I really been into the Street Fighter universe? Well, it goes back to actually Super Nintendo. But since I sold my Super Nintendo and cartridges, I'm going to have to go as far back as I can. And that goes to Sega Saturn and PlayStation 1. So, coming over here to the PlayStation games. Over here, I have the original Street Fighter Zero. Now, so you know, all of my games are originally Japanese, from Japan. Nothing is American. This is Street Fighter Zero 2. Do like this, so you can see. Street Fighter Zero 1, Street Fighter Zero 2. Well, there you is. Street Fighter Zero 3. And for the record, these are all the first release editions of them, not the second releases. And Street Fighter Collections when it first came out. I even have the American release one of Street Fighter Collections, which is super rare, 2 discs, where actually you can play with Cammy in the Alpha 2 version if you know the actual code. Oh wait, correction, Alpha 2 Gold. Moving on. This is also Street Fighter EX Plus Alpha first release, and Street Fighter EX Plus Alpha 2, the second release edition. Of course, both Japanese for PlayStation 1. Moving on. X-Men versus Street Fighter. I know X-Men doesn't have nothing to do with the scenario right now, but the same fact is that Street Fighter is still involved. And there's Cam, doing pigeon toe in the front. Going like this. Ready to fight for Shadow Law. Moving on. So as I go down, now I get to my Sega Saturn collection. You know, back in the 32-bit console wars, people really thought that, you know, and still believe today that Sega Saturn was the better version of fighting games over the PlayStation version. Too bad Saturn didn't survive, and that's only because the programming was just so hard for developers to deal with. But anyway, I still got a Saturn, and this is unfortunately the only Saturn game that I have Street Fighter wise, and that's 02. So over here, as a serious collector, I have a skeleton Saturn with skeleton controller. I'm going to unhook so you can really see it. Rare skeleton Saturn. Played lots of Street Fighter games on this. I even have a Dreamcast. And speaking of which, I have a lot of the rare games for Dreamcast. Here is Capcom vs. SNK 2, Japanese, of course. Capcom vs. SNK 1, Pro Edition. There's Pro right here, you know. And then Part 1 before Pro, before Joe Higashi and Dan Hibiki was actually released. This is the regular edition right here. And then, ooh, I managed to have 2 copies. Oh dear. Third Strike. Yes, this was when they actually put in the remix music, the third part of everybody's themes for Third Strike Edition. Let's see what else I got. This is a rarity. Not too many people got this one. Aha. Double Impact Collection. This has New Generation and Second Impact on the same disc. Haven't seen that on PlayStation 3 yet, have you? Oh. Continuing on. And so, as I continue on with this nice little interview on why I belong on Cross Assault, here's my little comic book collection right here. As I said, I deal with mostly things Bishoujo, women-orientated, but in that fact, I did collect a lot of Street Fighter strategy guides to help me play tournament and video gaming, and get video gaming scene. This is my Ultimate Edition, the first book to the Street Fighter story. The second book came out, but I didn't get it yet, but I will do. I will do that soon, you know, Capcom, I'm a supporter. And then right here is everything all about Capcom. And of course, Ryu's on the front. From 1987 to 2000. Won't put that on the floor, no. And then, for those who have Super Nintendo, Genesis, Game Boy, and Game Gear, there was a strategy guide to the original Street Fighter 2. It's kind of beat up right here. Yeah. 2,000 full-color game screens before the internet was a success. Before we all had to go to the arcades and find this stuff out for ourselves and as friends. Old school right here, old school. Moving on. Street Fighter Anniversary Collection Official Collector's Guide. Helping us learn how to fight in the video game world. Street Fighter 4 Collector Book. And, I know this is not much relevance, but Street Fighter EX Plus Alpha. Hi, Hokuto. With Ryu, of course, on the front of every book, as usual. As I move on to the rest of my collection. Okay. As we all know, Street Fighter music is very hard to find, but I've been collecting for a very long time and collecting nothing but the best of soundtracks. And so usually I go to Amazon.co.jp, I'll go to cdjapan.com, or if I'm back home in New York, I like to go to Book Off, and I'm pretty lucky on finding rare Street Fighter soundtracks. On that note, here's one right here. The Street Fighter 2 Let's Sing soundtrack. This is a soundtrack that has the vocals to all the 12 original fighters. In Japanese. Yes. Vocals. Pretty hot stuff right there. Been jamming to this on my old Sony Discman for a while. Now it's on my MP3 player. This one's pretty nifty. This is the Capcom vs. SNK Millennium Fight 2000 for the Neo Geo Pocket soundtrack. Chun-Li on the front along with mine. And this one is the original Capcom vs. SNK 1 arcade soundtrack. Ow. This one is the actual drama CD. Now this is where it gets serious. Now this is when my anime otaku side come in. For those who really are into the anime side of Street Fighter, want to know more about people's past lives and the stories and everything with the manga and all of that, that's where this come in. For those who can understand Japanese, this is all about Sakura. This is her drama CD, Street Fighter 02, baby. And this is the first soundtrack to the Japanese movie of Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. The original music from the Japanese version, not the American version. And this is a Street Fighter artist album right here. How wonderful. Artist album. And this one is the actual arcade version of Super Street Fighter 2, not Turbo soundtrack. This is the back of it by chance. And one of the best soundtracks that I ever have in my collection, this is the Street Fighter tribute album. The first part of the tribute album. This one was missing Cammy, DJ Fei Long, and T-Hawk. They actually are in another soundtrack called Starting It All Over from the Beginning, the lost Street Fighter artist tracks of the tribute album. Ooh, and I have another copy of the Let's Sing soundtrack. So as I move on, I've been in the video game world for a very long time. Not only am I do motion capture, live action stunts, and I go and I teach gymnastics, martial arts, Street Fighter has been an inspiration in my life, not only in the video game scene, but also in my regular daily life. I listen to the music as I go to work. I teach martial arts and I teach yoga flame, and I also teach gymnastics, ching, chong, kick, you know, and I do backflips and stuff. As y'all all know, I was at Evo doing backflips as I was dressed up as my Chun-Li outfit. Hold on. Here it is right here is my Chun-Li outfit, and the little pom-poms go on my hair along with the belt. So, those who remember me at Evo also know that I was the one who was mistakenly put my hiney in Reinhardt's face. But y'all all saw that video where I said that was not true. I was posing like the character. And all those that know me as the anime mascot goddess, I go to all my conventions and I act out the stuff as the characters as I'm playing the game. Moving on. Dreamcast arcade stick. Dreamcast arcade stick. That's how serious I was. With VMU. I still have my Neo Geo Pocket Color with squiggle light. And in Japanese, Match of the Millennium. And my PS Vita, which is Street Fighter X TEKKEN ready when it comes out. Can't wait. PS3 Japanese arcade stick. And my PlayStation 2 arcade stick. So as you see, what I bring to this reality TV show is a poise, an intelligence, and an elegance like nothing before. I think it's time for difference, and I think I belong on this show because not only can I give people the otaku side of the video game world, I can also give the anime side. I can give them what it means to be a martial artist in real life. Hold on. All because I always wanted to be like Chun-Li, and I compete. This is my first place Kung Fu medal. For kata, yes, the heart of Chun-Li lives on in my soul. Not only will I be able to give detailed analogies and strategies of the fighting video game scene playing on a tournament level from different perspective, I can give people a new angle and a new flavor that hasn't been seen. A flavor that's very normal in Japan, but very unheard of here in America. So I want to give people a 360 ball of what it's like not only to be a competitive gamer, but an otaku with an intellectual sense and a style that has not been seen in a very long time. See? This is even my degree from the University of Albany in Performing Arts and in Chinese Studies. Emphasis on Mandarin language. See, Chun-Li lives in my heart. So tell me you don't want me on Cross Assault. I belong on there. I belong there. I should be able to show everybody what I'm made of. I can't wait to see y'all. I hope y'all choose me, vote for my video. Let them know you want Cookie. Let them know you want Cookie. You know, say Cookie to everyone out there that I belong on Cross Assault doing Ching Chong Kick my way to victory. Say Cookie. So, you know, all my little collection and stuff like that.